Hello, this is Killigan with Evolution-Xtreme, Dark Force GFX, and DFG Hosting. Um, I've seen a lot of people want to make blocks, and to keep things simple, I thought I would just make a quick tutorial just to explain how the block works and how to make one. You can you can do a lot with blocks. You can actually use a lot of code that, if you just found something on the internet that you wanted, you could just paste it right in there and make a block, if it worked as HTML. Some things may need to be changed, but for the most part, you can do whatever you need there. Let me just go to my local server. Wrong button, but that's alright. Let's see here. I'll do this on 2.09e. Basically, there was a post on the Xtreme site, so I just need to grab some code off of here real quick. And there's two ways that we can make this block work. There is it's for a TS3 block. Then they're using the TS3 viewer. Basically, this code right here is what would make up the block. It's just the HTML code. If we wanted to make that block ourselves and we went into our blocks admin, we could simply just click on add a new block, click source, paste it, click source again, pick a title, TS3, and we'll save it to the left, and we'll move it to the top just to make it easier. We'll refresh the screen, and we have a working TS3 block. That is how you add the block. That is one way. There are issues where some things won't work by adding it this way. For the most part, in 2.09d, if it was upgraded correctly, it will allow you to paste a block just like that, straight off the code you get from like TS Viewer or something like that. A common mistake with pasting these blocks, I've seen it 100 times, is people will come right in here and paste that code and then click save block. Oddly, it should still work. Some things will not work, so you just have to be careful of that. In the case that it doesn't work and you can't get it to load, there is another way to do the block. It's really easy. Let me go in here and to my blocks folder, and we'll just create a new file. I'm going to use Notepad for this video, just because it's probably more common than Dreamweaver. I like Dreamweaver and PHP Designer, but Notepad is just faster. I mean, it's easier to get to. We'll just name this block ts3.php. We want to confirm that we want that, and then we'll just right click and open it with Notepad, and there's nothing here, so we'll just add our PHP tags. And then we want to add this, and this is something you can actually grab out of another block if you want it. If you're going to be coding a lot of blocks, I would suggest going ahead and just learning how to type it out. I had to learn how to type it out. I still don't know all the functions by memory. I still have to refer back to other files and things. But one thing you can do, all you really need for a block, literally, is you just need to add content, and then you just need a little dot there and an equal sign. You can do this two different ways. You can either use double quotes, which is fine, and I'll show you the difference with double quotes and single quotes. In this particular block, I'm just going to use single quotes, and then you need a semicolon to close it. Now if I were to just type in here TS3 block test and save this file, now I could go back into my blocks admin and click add new block, and then I'll just scroll down and find my TS3 block, and let's call it test there, and we'll keep it where it's at on the left, and now we have a TS block test. Now to keep that that simple, just so you can see real quick, in a module it's echo. So if we were coding an index for a module page, it would just be, you know, echo and then close it. In the blocks, it uses content. So just keep that in mind when you're making your blocks. There's other things you can do, and I'll just show you after we do this. But what we want to do is take this code just the way it is. We'll just copy it, go into Notepad, and instead of having TS3 block, inside those quotes we'll just paste it, and we'll save it, and then we'll refresh our page. It'll contact TS viewer, and now we have a block. I hope this user doesn't mind that I'm using his block here. But this will give you a block. It's pretty quick and simple. If, for example, you wanted only your users to see the content that you're putting in your block, like you want to put a message up there for just your users and nobody else, if you didn't, or you had different information that only your users were supposed to see, you could actually use this here, and it's just is user, oops, if I could type here. It's kind of funny when you can't type and you want to. So if you're a user, you'll get this content, else we will something else, and then we just want to close that. Notepad is really good as far as you can click on each bracket and it'll tell you where the beginning of that bracket is. So if you're just starting out, Notepad's probably one of the better programs, just because it's easy and you can know, like for example, this bracket here, it started here, so all this content in here is only for a user. Or if it's not going to be if a user's not logged in, then the content that would be displayed is just something else. So long as I didn't break anything, let's go here, and I'm logged in, so I'm going to see the block, but if I log out, I'm going to see something else, even though I'm logged into the admin panel, which a very simple thing that you could do as well if you were making your block just for admins. Instead of if is user, you can just simply change this user to admin and save it. And let me go back here. I'm logged in as an admin, but I'm not logged in as a user. If I log out of being an admin, yeah, let me get out of here. I want to return to the index, but now it's something else. So that's a little more control. You can't do this through the easy block admin, but of course, you can go in here and set the permissions to your users and whatever. So maybe for this type of block, you wouldn't really need to go in and create this. I would prefer to do this than I would to use the blocks admin, just for the simple fact that I have the file. If something happened or I moved my site or anything like that, all I have to do is copy my blocks folders. Instead of going in and copying and pasting that content that I pasted into all of those blocks or typed into them, this gives me a hard copy of my files as opposed to just being limited to my database. If you've ever looked at the blocks database, it can get pretty confusing once you start adding all this stuff in. So that is the simple how to make a block, or if it doesn't work right for you, how to make it a different way so it will. The blocks can be a lot more advanced, but this is a good starting point. So if you do want to make your own blocks, by all means make them. If you have questions, ask. Someone will probably be able to help you. And that's it. I hope that this was helpful for anybody watching. So have a good one. Thanks, and that's all.